If the program running through the body is generating your thoughts and emotional responses without the input of consciousness, then the program is dictating your sense of reality. And that body program is what's driving this dystopia. The body program's doing it. And again, what's the answer to that? It's to override that program, which we can do with consciousness.
We have heard so much about this proverbial year 2030. What is your vision? What could happen in the best case scenario with the human family? What would that be?
The best case scenario, as opposed to the one this cult wants, is that fundamentally we awaken to the fact that we're all the same consciousness having different experiences, and that we are creating those experiences. Another thing I go into in the roadmap is the dynamic between this perceptual field I've talked about and the quantum level of reality. There's an interaction between your perceptual field and the frequencies that are in there and this quantum level of reality, which is basically all potential, all possibility. And what we're doing is we are interacting our perceptual field with this potentiality, and we are manifesting our perceptual state as what we call a human life. There's a lot more to say about that and how it works, but that's the basic principle. So when people say we create our own reality, we really do, and the physics are now becoming more and more obvious to anyone with an expanded curiosity to see how it actually works. So we are drawing into our life expressions of ourselves, and therefore, if we change ourselves, we change our life. Now, this global cult and its astral masters, they know this, and they are manipulating perception to lead to humanity collectively creating the world that they want to be. So if you are looking at, they have this idea people talk about, oh, they have to tell us it's universal law. Well, hold on a minute. You don't think these people care less about any bloody law, do you? They're a law unto themselves. They're telling you for another bloody reason. This is what preemptive programming is all about. See, as psychology says, something like 95% of human behavior is driven and dictated by the subconscious mind, not the conscious mind. That's why you have road rage when the subconscious is dictating your behavior, and then the conscious mind kicks in and goes, "Oh my God, what was I doing? What was I doing? What was I thinking?" No, you weren't thinking. Your subconscious was. It was, well, your subconscious wasn't thinking. It was reacting. And so what they're doing is, and the subconscious is their real target. Conscious mind is a bonus. That's the more you can fill the subconscious with perceptual beliefs, etc., perceptions of reality, the more that will influence the conscious mind as well. What you're doing is you're filling the subconscious with programmed suggestibility. You want people, for instance, to think that AI and AI dystopia is inevitable. You want people to believe that there's nothing that can stop it. Because if enough people believe that, then they will create that reality collectively. And individually, we're doing the same. You know, we blame bad luck. There's no such thing as bad luck. No such thing. It's the interaction of your perceptual state with the all potentiality, field of all potentiality and all possibility. What you're doing is your frequencies of perception are picking out, connecting with, locking into the frequencies of that which relates to your perceptual state, and you are turning it into a particle form. This is why you see this thing in quantum physics where they're saying that when something is subject to human attention in some form, the waveform level of the quantum level suddenly becomes a particle level. And how does that happen? It's because it's an interaction with your perceptual state. Attention is your perceptual state interacting with the quantum level of reality. There's a lot more to know about this, but that's basically the foundation of it. So in short, if they can give us a perception of reality collectively and individually, then that perception of reality will impose itself upon all possibility and manifest that very world. That's how they're doing it. They're getting us to create the world they want. And then add this other point. If the program running through the body is generating your thoughts and emotional responses without the input of consciousness, then the program is dictating your sense of reality. It's dictating your perception. Thus, it's creating your perceptual field, which is interacting with the quantum level to manifest a apparently physical manifestation of your perceptual field. Now, anyone think that an astral force that seeks to impose AI global dystopia, digital dystopia upon the human race, total control, anyone think that wouldn't be in the body programs playing out? Of course it is. And that body program is what's driving, this is bloody deep, isn't it? It's what's driving this dystopia. The body program's doing it. And again, what's the answer to that? It's to override that program, which we can do with consciousness, and impact and impose yourself upon that perception of reality. That would change the nature of what this world is. I mean, even in simple terms, if people in Israel sat around a table with people from Gaza, and they both talked about their background, and they both talked about where their perceptions of each other come from, then we might just realize, hold on a minute, I've misjudged you, and you've misjudged me. But we both misjudged each other because of the same force that's telling us what to believe. So maybe fighting each other, maybe that's not the way to go about things. And suddenly you're in a different world. Let's talk instead of let's jaw, as Churchill said, instead of war. Because your perception of each other has changed. Without that input of consciousness upon the program to override the program will dictate your thoughts and your reactions and your behavior. And it's the program that's running the world. And ultimately, that must mean that which is infuse the program must be running the world, and that's these astral entities.
Your environment shapes everything, your thoughts, your health, your energy, but most people never question the invisible field they live in. We did, and that's when FLFE found us. It's not a product, it's a field of pure life force energy that lifts everything it touches. We now live in it 24/7, and we would love to invite you to experience it too. Start your free 15-day trial now. No pressure, no strings attached. Just the truth, resonance, and peace.